You have to play by the rules, a principle Gore has acknowledged.
Despite the fact that Joe Lieberman and I won the popular vote, under our Constitution, it is the winner of the election.
Best known for playing Colonel Klink on the 1960 sitcom Hogan's Heroes, is dead. Actor Werner Klemperer died last night in New York after a battle with cancer. The Jewish refugee fled Nazi Germany with his father in 1935. His role as a hapless World War II German prison camp commandant garnered Klemperer 2 Emmys. His later career included roles in movies, on Broadway, and performing with operas and symphony.
Beginning Monday, AFN brings you 90 minutes of the latest news and sports. At 5:30, watch CNN Headline News. Then it's CNN SI at 6 with all the scores. And at 6:30, another Headline News. 90 minutes of the latest news and sports, weekdays only on AFN.
On News Plus, learn more about opportunities available through military service by logging on to the Defense Department's official website, Defense Link. Once there, click on Today's Military. The Backstreet Boys.
Some may claim that our 15th president, James Buchanan, was among our most distinguished looking. He was described as a faultlessly attired gentleman who resembled the British nobleman of earlier times. But precision in his manner of dress seems to pale when compared to his reputation in financial affairs. He was a stickler for accuracy when it came to money. He kept a daily record of his valet's expenditures, including every penny spent for pins and suspender buttons. At one time, when Buchanan discovered that he had underpaid a grocery bill by a mere 3 cents, he made it a point to make good on the debt, even though the merchant had marked the bill paid in full. There was even one report that he refused to accept a $15,000 check from a friend because it was off by 10 cents. James Buchanan, the president, the man.
Minutes. Then Touched by an Angel. And at 9, it's The West Wing, followed by your late news. AFN Primetime Monday.
It looks a lot like an old ordinary typewriter, but there's nothing ordinary about it. It's an Enigma cryptographic machine used by the Germans during World War II. And you can try it out at the National Cryptologic Museum at Fort Meade, Maryland. This unique museum is devoted exclusively to the science of making and breaking codes. Here you'll find a fascinating collection of displays, rare books, and artifacts. From a 19th century cipher wheel and a World War I intercept station, to a comprehensive collection of World War II devices used by the Germans, Japanese, and the Allies. Other displays tell the story of the Native American code talkers, Soviet espionage, and present-day systems that reflect modern technology. From code makers to code breakers, you'll get the complete picture at the National Cryptologic Museum, preserving America's proud military heritage.
May 12, 1864, Spotsylvania, Virginia. Objective, move Confederate troops back to Richmond.
Soon, the rebel skirmishers commenced firing. And then, for the first time, I began to realize that we had worked before us. I saw a rebel color company try to make a desperate escape. I made up my mind that I must have those colors. I knew that my rifle was empty, but they did not. I demanded their surrender. Thankfully, they complied.
Dozens of heroes were born that day in Civil War history, but none more daring than 19-year-old Private John Leeds of the 152nd New York Volunteers, who was decorated for his act of bravery. Today's military is inspired by our proud past.
Step up. Learn to see farther. Learn there are teachers who won't allow you to fail. Learn to dance, to draw. Learn that the real challenge doesn't come from the outside, but from within. And that there's more to you than you ever knew. Be all you can be.
Dinner a la Pavarotti.
Parmesan, 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 Parmesan. Hey, pepperoni.
Keep it down.
Sweet cream butter.
You've got to keep it down.
I am being quiet.
I'm not talking about the noise. I'm talking about the fat content of your dinner, especially the saturated fat, which raises your cholesterol level.
For good health, limit fat to no more than 30% of your daily calories and keep saturated fat under 10%. Use vegetables, fruit, and breadsticks for snacks. Keep fried foods to a minimum. When cooking, use less oil. Eat leaner cuts of meat and less processed meats. Remove skin from poultry, choose low-fat dairy products, and check labels for products that are lower in saturated fat.
Bravissimo.
And Europe-related news at 4 consistent times throughout the day, with your weather forecast airing 3 times a day instead of 2. Of course, your exchange rates won't go anywhere. Your first rate update will be on at 5:05 p.m. Central European Time, followed by more updates later in the evening. For more information on the upcoming changes, you can log on to our website at afneurope.army.mil. In other news tonight, 12th Aviation Brigade soldiers out of Giebelstadt, Germany have swooped into Tunisia, Africa for a live fire exercise straight out of the movies. During the exercise, helicopters air assaulted 3 teams into the area. 2 teams had the job of laying suppressive cover fire for the 3rd team, the primary assault force. The 12th Aviation soldiers had to move quickly during the exercise, performing 12 airdrops in a matter of 30 seconds. 12 Aviation Brigade leaders say it was a great opportunity for pilots and crew chiefs to practice air assault training under realistic conditions. And that's your news brief for this evening. Have a great weekend.
Monday.
Trick or treat. Something's cool.
8 p.m. AFN Monday.
She's still breathing.
How you doing? My name is PFC Laveau. I'm out here in Kosovo, Camp Monteith with Bravo Company 136. I just want to say hello to my wife, and I love her. And AFN rocks the box.
And we just wanted to let everyone know that AFN rocks Kosovo, baby.
Kosovo, AFN #1.
Around the services, I'm Army Sergeant Chris Mitchell. The Marine Corps says the initial results are in from the Corps-wide Internet survey on new uniform design. Those results are available on the Uniform Board's webpage. Officials say most Marines preferred a product improvement approach rather than a radical change to the current design. They offered various suggestions. A final decision will be made by the Commandant next year. The Army Infantry Center at Fort Benning, Georgia is testing a new initiative called the Buddy Team Assignments Program. It's designed to pair new soldiers as buddy teams, helping them adjust to the first months of Army life after training. Buddy teams are assigned to the same company in the field for at least 6 months. Army officials plan to track the teams to see what, if any, effect the program will have on retention. And that's a look around the services.
Power of attorney. What's it for? A general power of attorney allows someone else to sell your car after you PCS, pay your property taxes, ship your household goods, cash your checks, and act on your behalf in any matter. In almost all cases, it's best to give a special power of attorney, authority to handle a specific task and only for a limited time period. There's a place you can contact for all the information you'll need.
Legal Assistance Office, Sergeant Diaz, how can I help you?
Now let's say that in Icelandic. Hi,
I'd like to sign up for a Space Aid flight.
Destination?
Iceland, please.
The availability of Space Aid travel varies depending on where you're stationed and where you want to go.
Sorry, we have no flights to Iceland right now.
But what do you want?
But if you're patient and flexible, you'll be surprised at the places you can visit.
Are you totally?
You don't happen to speak Icelandic, do you?
If you have questions, call your AMC passenger service representative.
We all have a lot on our minds these days. That's why it's such a relief to know that voting overseas is so easy. For information about voting procedures and deadlines, just see your voting assistance officer. It's as simple as that.
Will be the final days.
We have depositors all over the world, and our customers share one thing in common. They want to get the most out of their money. You know what I tell them? Start with the little things, and a good place to begin is with Stars and Stripes.
Pick up your copy today and start saving. Follow sales, get good deals on travel and entertainment, or catch a bargain in the classifieds. Your hometown newspaper is a great source for savings.
Not to mention coupons.
Stars and Stripes.
It's not just what I get to be. It's not just who I get to meet or where I get to go. It's forgetting about being sick. Remembering how to be a kid. That anything is possible. Leaving worry on the doorstep. Making plans for the future. I'm still making plans for the future.
Back in 1828, they had a vision. A highway of water stretching from Washington, D.C., clear across to the Ohio River Valley. So they carved a network of locks and waterways 184 miles long, hoping to tap the riches of America's heartland. They named it the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. But it was never more than a grand failure, left in the dust by the cheaper and quicker railroads. Now those days are gone forever. But the C&O Canal lives on, part of the rich heritage of America's past.
We paged this guy Tony and left a
raged in Vietnam near Can Mai. An Air Force helicopter went in to rescue the wounded. Airman First Class William Pitzenbarger, a pararescue specialist, volunteered for the mission. He was lowered to the jungle below, where he immediately took charge of the wounded. In the midst of battle, he prepared the injured soldiers for evacuation. First one helicopter, then another took up the wounded, saving 9 soldiers. When one chopper was hit by ground fire, the rescue mission was cut short. Pitzenbarger chose to stay to help aid and defend the wounded. The airman gave his life that night. The next morning, he was found with a rifle in one hand, his medical kit in the other. Pitzenbarger was posthumously awarded the Air Force Cross. He was the first enlisted person ever to receive it. Airman First Class William Pitzenbarger, an American hero.
In the game of life, we do our best to remain on course and bypass the things that can hinder or slow us down. Sometimes obstacles are unavoidable, but remember, You don't have to go it alone. Family Advocacy can help. They offer programs in stress and anger management, conflict resolution, even parenting and child development. Whether you're single or married, feeling better is just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
You will find something new and controversial in this year's census form.
A lot in my life changed when I got sober.
Political smear tactics.
Gas prices are up.
Drought is now in the spring forecast.
Shouldn't we know them?